has their own style. I do, my friends do, their friends do. Now, they might not like their style, but it's still their style. There are many aspects to fashion. You can design, wear, or sew clothes. A fun fact is, Charles Frederick Worth, beginning in 1856, was the first fashion designer to have his own label sewn into the garments he created. Since there are so many aspects of fashion, there are a few 4-H's that tie in with it. One way you can use your hands with fashion is with sewing. When you sew clothes, you give people clothes to wear. This really impacts the earth. Sewing is also a great hobby to have because a lot of people like to use their hands when doing activities or projects, and with sewing, you can use your hands. I sew, and it is a great way for me to get my mind off things because I can sew whenever I want to and whatever I want to. Sewing can also just make you feel good, especially when you're sewing something for someone, because it's just a nice thing to do. This is the third 4-H, health. Fashion cannot really affect your physical health, but it can affect your mental health. Fashion can affect your mental health if you think that you must dress a specific way or that what you wear is not pretty. And this can really throw off your confidence. A lot of people think that other individuals have a better body than them or that person has a better style than them. But this is really not true because you are not the same person as someone else. You do not have the same body or style as someone else either. It might be similar, but not the same. This is because you are your own person. Through the years, many kids have seen people on TV and they feel that they must dress like the person that they saw on TV. But it's really hard to do that because the people that they see on TV set really unrealistic beauty standards. And this is really bad for your mental health because you are just so determined to look like someone that you're not. Head. You can use your head for many things, and two of them is by sewing and designing clothes. You can use your brain with these two things in a few ways. One way would be when you're thinking about the design. When you are designing clothes, you use your head to think about what you're going to design and how you're going to design it. Another way can be when you use your brain with sewing. When you sew, you must use your head because your brain is telling you what you're going to sew and how you're going to sew it. For an example, your brain tells you what fabric you're going to use while you're sewing, or when you're stitching, or when you have to choose the stitch pattern you're going to use. This ties in with the 4-H head. In conclusion, fashion uses 3 of the 4-H's: health, hands, and head. There are more things you can do with fashion, but to use some of the 4-H's, you can wear, design, and sew clothes.